When you say Porsche, you say 911. You also think manual gearbox and a flat six engine. What makes Porsche today is its brilliance of detail and performance throughout its 70 years. And what better to pay tribute to Porsche's heritage than to restore an iconic 911 in the brand's history, the 911L. What is up, you guys? Master Cars over here, and today we're showcasing Porsche Centre Lebanon's newly restored 911L. Well, to start off with the history of this particular 911. Back in 2013, Porsche Centre Lebanon CEO Raphael Assaad found this car thrown and forgotten in the south of Lebanon. He bought it and decided to make it rev like it did almost 50 years ago. After 5 whole years of restoration, this barn find is now ready to be driven. Named the Bahama Mama 911 project due to its striking yet subtle body color, the Bahama Yellow, the 911L got refurbished by ZAZ Knits in Lebanon to create this stylish interior cloth on the seats and roof. There's also a collection related to this pattern. It's kind of a lifestyle. The reveal was held at Maison Rabih Kayrouz in Downtown Beirut with the presence of the CEO himself revealing his new ride. Now, let's get on to the technical stuff. The 911 range started back in 1964. For those who don't know where the 911 naming comes from, well, here's the story. It was supposed to be the 901, but the French manufacturer Baoj usually did, the number O number names. And Porsche had already produced the 911 and O badges. So instead of throwing them, they decided to make it the 911. In 1967, the A series went into production with 3 911s in the range. The 911T, which is the base entry-level model with a silver logo instead of the gold ones, the 911L, which became the standard 911, and the 911S, which is a sportier version of the 911 with 190 horsepower. The 911L featured a naturally aspirated 2-liter flat 6 with 130 horsepower and 162 Nm of torque, mated to a 5-speed manual. The secret recipe? A total weight of just 1 ton. 0 to 100 km an hour was 8.4 seconds. The 911L was an upmarket move for Porsche and sold it for $600 more than the previous 911. The L in the naming means luxury, and the Targa version was offered for the 911L. Produced only in 1968, 11,610 911Ls were ever produced, and they are considered to be a very rare find. Now, what was new on the 911L? Well, it featured new modifications to meet the 1968 new federal safety and emission standards. And also, the wood trim on the dash was replaced by brushed aluminum and the instrument cluster was black rimmed. A cool feature to distinguish, the 911Ls was that wipers were parked to the left on the left-hand drive cars and the right for right-hand drive cars. When you see these cars and sit in them, you feel the rawness and sportiness we hear about. And if you take a minute and just look closely, you cannot but admire what's in front of you. Because it's this car and this generation that made Porsche the big name it is today. So guys, that's it for today. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to like and to subscribe. And I'd like to give a big thanks to Porsche Centre Lebanon for the invite. I really enjoyed the event. And until then, take care everybody. See you soon.